Okay, welcome everybody listening to the recording of this episode. As you can see, a bit of change of scenery since we've done this the past couple of weeks. We usually do this weekly project updates just in the Stadia channel, but now we figured we might just test out the normal voice channel instead, so you can see our faces while we talk. And if it's the first time that you join us on the project updates here, this is just a weekly update that we have from the community, from the team, where we just see what's going on in the Reality Cards community and our latest plans and what we are working on internally. And yeah, as you can see, I have with me here Adi, who works a lot with both product and also with community, and then Maddie also here on the screen working with artist management and a lot with our social media too. And my name is Anton, and I work with marketing in general in the company. So yeah, that is a bit of an intro for the ones listening to the YouTube recording, and yeah, it's way more scary having the web camera on than the usual way of doing this, only showing our profile pictures. But I hopefully we can get used to it. But what we usually do now for the beginning of these calls is just to wait a couple of minutes or so for a couple of people to join in the actual live call. We are of course posting this on YouTube as a recording too, but the live actual call here on our Discord server. Uh, yeah, we are waiting for a couple of more people to join there maybe. But yeah, guys, how have you been since last time? We haven't done this project updates, or we didn't do it last week at least. We did a text-based one then instead. So we have been off the grid for a while.
Yeah, I miss this.
Yeah, it's nice. And it's nice too. We have an addition. One part of like doing it in the voice channel instead is that it's a new feature in Discord. We don't really know if we can do this time. We will see if Crypto Comical joins or not. But there's a feature that you can, in the voice channel, play a game together. So usually when we do the play alongs and stuff, we are having that as a separate thing. We are just having the voice channel open and talk to each other while we play Among Us or some other game here on the server. But there's a feature that you actually can play a game in the channel with each other. So I don't know. For some reason, none of us here have the ability to start that feature. It's like a hand-picked feature to only some members, and Crypto Comical is one of them. So if he joins in the future or today, we can play together in that way. But we'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see. We'll see.
and talking about features, so with a voice call, we also have this feature in Discord now from this one that we can use the text chat directly in this call.
Yeah.
So we don't need to use a separate community called text channel. You guys can just join here, and we are talking, and you're typing, and then we are talking again, and then you're typing again. It's like a cycle. Okay.
Y- Yeah, it's way more fun and it gets way more interactive that way. When you have it, you have the channel always open because yeah, it's way better. But as I said it to Adi before we started the recording. But one problem with that is that when I open the text channel, it's an overlay over our whole webcams. So I won't have that open. I don't think on the actual YouTube recording. But yeah, but we can have it. The ones who join the product updates can of course be there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Discord is shipping so many features. I would have loved if Cryptocomical has joined and we could have that activities, experimentation phase.
Exactly. Now we only have to convince him to join so we can use that feature because that's the only
Maybe,
possibility to.
or maybe if any of other community member has that feature available on your profile, like if you go to a hangout call and you see a little rocket, I believe, the microphone button, and it will say activities. If you have that option and you come join here, you can just launch a game and we'll be just having fun afterwards.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
Really
that's a
cool.
good point too because I at least feel like there only has to be one person with that feature and then everybody can play. So yeah, so if somebody in the community have it too, that would be great.
Yeah. Saying hello to all the new members who just joined. Okay.
Hello, hello.
How are you feeling about the crypto market, Anton, Maddie?
It's hard to
much
not feel
ups and
sad about it. It's
downs.
hard to not feel sad. I know. I think you had good guidance on that, like a couple of a week or so ago in the chat. That it's you have just trying to digest that it's a bear market and don't even look at the charts then. Maybe that's the best strategy to not think about it too
Uh,
much. But yeah, then
oh, you're
it's
there's this Harry Potter movie scene, right, where Dumbledore goes and gets the bad memory out of
yeah.
the brain. So,
But it's yeah, it's
but
tough definitely.
it's good. It just rebounded on the weekend, so it was like over 15% of Bitcoin, and Ethereum is back to 2 digits. Yeah, critical.
Yeah, yeah. A roller coaster to say the least.
The good thing is that all the product companies are still building. Are
Yeah,
building. You're building a lot. You're not getting time to do so much stuff. And this call is all about that, behind the scenes, whatever we do every week, what we have planned next week. Every time we go, we have like so many new things planned, right?
yeah.
And
Okay, great. But what do you think, guys? We have some people in the audience now. Should we join the actual or do the actual live agenda and start with that? What do you think? Now it's
we'll
lagging.
start.
I can't hear you, but no.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear. Now it's good.
So I'll just start with a quick intro. Members, welcome to the weekly project updates from the Aldebaran's team. I'm Adi, I do product and community. With me, I have Anton,
Hello, guys. My name is
does
Anton, and I'm
marketing,
with marketing.
Maddie.
And I'm Madi, and I'm artist manager and also dealing with social media.
Awesome to have all of you guys here and just get started with our first topic. I'll just hand over to Anton. Cool.
Yeah, thank you for that, Adi. Yeah, so just to start off as a sort of a weekly recap of what we did last week, as we talked about it a bit also on the then project updates was actually text-based. And I talked about it a bit in that post that we are sort of trying to work out a new type of structure in informing you guys, the community, about what's going on. So we have this weekly project updates, which we are going to do not every single week live. We are going to do them maybe bi-weekly or so live, and then also have them text-based sometimes. And as Adi said a bit of before the intro here, focusing a bit more what goes on internally and what we are working on in the project, and not necessarily focusing on the bigger project updates and new features and announcing new stuff like that. So yeah, that is a bit of what we have been working on internally. And as we said that in the text-based project updates, then a lot of the internal work now is just planning out the rest of the summer. Like we have recently announced that we are launching our token now in Q3. So we moved it from the previous launch that was going to be in Q2 to now we have it in Q3. And this is perfect for us in the marketing team and just for more ability to grow the community during the summer. So we're planning tons of different events and stuff to do with the community during the summer. Some more focusing on just hanging out and building a great community and building friendship and getting to know each other, and some other events more focusing on campaigns related to our products and that type of stuff. And on those type of topics, I want to talk a bit more about what we have been focusing a bit extra of the last week now to plan, because we have something big in the works there. But that is just a short recap of last week. And highlight of last week, that at least in my personal opinion, was the last Fridays with artists that we had. It was an amazing episode that I would like to hand over to Maddie to talk a bit more about. Oh no, you're muted. Oh, you're muted. You're muted. You're muted.
Okay,
No,
okay.
no, now I
So
can hear you.
thanks, gentlemen. Sorry. Okay, so I wanted to say that last Friday was actually amazing because we were able to reach more than 40 listeners. And we spoke with Magdalena, who is an artist living in Canada, but with Polish origins. And she deals with digital art, but also with paintings and also with calligraphy, so something particular. And the call was very, very long, and we touched a bunch of different topics. For example, where she takes inspiration for, that is something particular because she takes inspiration from video games and animals. And also, she talked about the tools she uses, and she thinks that it is important to combine different tools and different softwares to obtain your final result. So, for example, in her case, she uses always Photoshop combined with Illustrator. And then we got also deeper in the conversation since she confessed that she suffered from depression and anxiety and ADHD in the past. But the important thing is that now she had recovered, and this experience gave her power to and determination to pursue her own artistic goals. For example, something she has in her mind is to create a book for childhood, but not only creating the pictures, but also creating the text, so writing it. And as I said, the conversation was very, very long, since it lasted like 2 hours. So I suggest to everyone to listen to it again to have an idea of all the topics we talked about. And now, in a few seconds, I will give the link in the chat. And in the meanwhile, I'll pass the ball to Anton to talk about some behind the scenes.
Nice, nice. I'm actually handing back. I think it's a wrong name in our notes here. I'm handing back to Adi to talk about that. A couple of
Yeah,
details
yeah.
there. No worries.
Yeah, that was great, and I agree, Maddie. Like that was such an insightful call the last time we had with Fridays with Artists with Magdalena. Now I'll just talk about some going on behind the scenes. So we have already shared a lot with all of you, like the sneak previews of launch cards, the tokenomics, and everything. We're still working a lot on the launch cards product pages, like the inner app and how it's going to work. The wallets are connected, how transactions are going on, and at different states for every stages of token sale. So it's pretty fun. It's also been like very, very busy. Like, the dev team, the product team, the design team, it's like all going back and forth. So many features, and we are doing our best to keep up with that. Sometimes I'm in Notion, then I'm in Figma, then I'm in Trello, then I'm in Lightballs. It's always super fun to work with every member of Reality Cards, and also to get back Discord with the community and talk about things like getting feedback, what's going on in the market, all the fun crypto stuff. Today also I shared on the Discord channel that we need a little bit of help to figure out the right word, placeholder image we are trying to come up with for reality cards. A bit of discussion is going on the journal chat, and I would like more artists can come join and suggest us so that we can ship it as fast as possible. The work is going on simultaneously on RC, on LC, some secret projects. There's a big surprise. More on that, Anton.
Yeah, thank you for that, Adi. Yeah, and as Adi is saying, there's a lot of things going on internally, like behind the scenes work that we are doing. And as you mentioned, now we have a bigger event that we have planned for June 28th that we have a lot of our focus on at the moment. That is actually partly why we had the idea to do this in the voice channel too, to get us a bit more comfortable with the live streaming format and being in a live format like that, because that is what we are planning for June 28th. I mentioned it a bit in the last text-based project updates, but what we essentially plan is a big announcement stream there. we have, for you guys who have been in the community, we have for the last couple of weeks sort of laid low on the announcement front. We haven't really talked that much about new stuff. We have talked some about some more details regarding the token that we have in Q3, and but not really any new features or anything like that announced since the big announcement of launch cards that Adi talked about. But that is going to end soon because we have been holding on to a very important piece of information that is going to, I wouldn't necessarily say change a lot for the future of reality cards, but just, yeah, it's an important detail to add to this whole view of our project before we go more deeply into the vision we have for the future. So it's like we have holding on to this piece of information that we want to announce then on the June 28th. And then after that, I feel like a lot of the pieces will fall into place in the community, and like the view of how the project will go forward will become way more clear for community members then. So I'm personally super excited for that live stream, and just to get a lot of new people also to join that potentially, and just to after that onboard people to Discord here. One thing that I also mentioned in the text-based one is that, as I said, we are focusing to get a lot of new people to directly come into that stream on June 28th. So it would be awesome if you guys who already are in the community just welcome people onto our Discord after that call is done. Because it's always, as you probably have experienced from personally, it's always super nice when you get into a Discord server and there's people welcoming you and people are there to answer questions other than just a team. Also get the perspective from community members and stuff like that. So yeah, that is something that I am super excited about, and that we are working super hard to perfect and host a good stream for you guys. Uh, and yeah, I won't mention too much more about that, but another thing that we have planned for the week is the weekly Fridays with artists that we have. Couldn't agree more with what Maddie said. I was also on that call, and it was super interesting, and Magdalena was super super brave in like sharing a lot of personal details, and we really got into a deep personal call about her, and it was like, yeah, such variety of content talking about tons of different stuff. So I really suggest that you go into the link there and listen to the recording we have for that space. But other than that, for you guys who have joined via YouTube and listened to the recording of this and can for the first time see our faces, the ones that actually talk into this, you see that our center for our community is Discord. And this is a place to be to hear about all of the different new announcement that is going on and chat with the community and just build relationships with us and get to know us a bit more in person and what we are working on. So go on to the link. The first link in the description will be to join the Discord. And other than that, if you are new to the project, just browse around our website, Reality Cards. That's the only one that we have official now. But as Adi are saying, we are opening that up with the launch cards website and app coming soon there. But yeah, it was fun to try this out and have the camera on for the first time and do almost a bit of a rehearsal to the planned live stream that we have in a week from now. So it's fun to see and train a bit internally for it. So yeah, do we have anything else to mention? I don't, as we said in the intro, I don't see if Crypto Comical is here or not. So I don't know if we can play a game after, but maybe we can keep that in the wraps and do it another time with the community. Or what do you guys think?
Yeah, agree.
Yeah. Perfect,
Yes,
perfect.
okay.
Okay, then we should definitely get him to join the next time so we can play a game together in the channel. And as we said, the big thing that we are working internally on now is the live stream that we will have next week. And if you're on our Discord and follow us on Twitter, you won't miss it. There will be coming a lot of new information about specifics there. You can already now set a reminder that it will be 1 p.m. Central European time next Tuesday. So that is the details you need for it, but soon it will be available with the reminder link to that so you don't miss it then. Yeah, that will be available very soon, and a lot of announcement and teases of what we are going to talk about during the week probably. So yeah, I don't know if we have too much more than that. I wanted to mention, oh, I forgot to mention about the Fridays with Artists. I just said that I agreed with Maddie, but I was supposed to also mention that this week I am the one who I'm unfortunately without Maddie hosting this week. And we don't have an artist so far for Fridays with Artists. We don't have too many. We have built an artist community, of course, during the beta, but we have sort of been running this weekly event for months and months now. So we're starting to run out of English speaking NFT artists in our community. So if you know an artist or are an artist yourself, please just DM us and you could maybe jump on this Fridays with Artists. We are open to talk about other artists that we haven't worked with so far and trying to grow our community of artists too. So you can DM me about that if you'd be interesting or have any connect or something. But I think we will end it off with that. Any ending words by you, Adi or Maddie?
Thank
Thank you
you.
for joining.
Yeah, thank you for joining, everybody, and see
It
you
was
in
perfect.
the chats in
Thank
Discord and
you.
everything. All right, bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Bye
Bye.
bye.